Hello, this is Lemmy from lotr and welcome to my phone. Today, as you can see, I have a little thing I want to buy and I'm thinking about making a new series about it. About making an Isengard army, only second-hand minis for as cheap as humanly possible. So I found this little article, little advertisement. Oh, I thought you could swipe. But as you can see, 10 Urukai, a captain, a berserker, ugluk and nerds. And they all look in pretty okay condition. Little paint here and there. And if you speak Dutch, you can see I already bought it. It was relatively cheap, I think. Was it the best deal ever? No. But it's way better than Games Workshop prices, so that's why I thought it would be a fun thing to make a little series about. Buying some other minis, see how much worth I can get for as little money as possible. So yeah, I ordered this. In Dutch it says verkocht, also known as sold. I hope I don't have to wait a very long time for this. Hi, I'm back. The package has arrived. I'm showing you the bottom side so you don't see my home address or something close to it. Yeah, so I waited for over a week for this. So let's open it with style. Fuck. My wife cannot see me right now. She is not here, so I can use my sword to open up the package. Got to open it up in style. First package of the series. The sword is extremely blunt. Fuck. Yeah, is this even on camera? I can't see. Just hurting myself. New tactic. Just gonna slice it open. Oh shit. This is blunt as fuck. Put it in like this. That's what she said. Rip it open the rest of the way. The sword was used, that's my goal. Oh. Yes, this is it. Yes. These are the minis we're gonna work with. It's actually quite nicely packaged. Lamia. Daddy is recording. Not now. I have another kitty who is asking for some more attention. So yeah, these are the minis. One of the pikes broke. Otherwise, looks good, looks nice. I can work with this. Yeah, I can work with this, definitely. So, yeah. Let's go to the desk and find out how we're gonna paint these bad boys. Just gonna show them how they are right now. Hope the camera is focusing. Yeah. We got some work to do. First I have to put the sword back without my wife noticing or she'll fucking kill me. See you in a bit. Welcome back to the desk. Let's take a closer look to the minis we just unboxed. And they're looking okay. Most of them are painted, but the paint job is not too bad. It hasn't gone on too thick. I think we can work with this. At first I thought about stripping everything, but since I want this to be a budget army and I do not have paint stripper yet, I thought let's just go with it and give them a let's give them a chaos black base coat and work with it. And I'm actually really glad that they pretty much all came in one piece. Only afterwards I saw that Lurt's bow was broken, but if I didn't tell you, would you have noticed? Now putting them all together, we can see what the previous owner tried to do. He gave them a, in my opinion, a pretty light color, a skin color. And the berserker very red, that's something I keep seeing on YouTube as well. I personally don't really like the red, but to each his own. And I think I'm gonna use the standard painting scheme that I already used for Uruk-hai for the warriors, and I think for the berserker I'm gonna do something special. This is the one pike that broke. All in all, not bad. Just a little dab of glue and it will look pretty good. I could also try and pin it, but I don't think I have the patience, nor skill, nor steady hands for that, so that's gonna be a no-go. A dab of glue will do. And for this video, I think I'm gonna show you how I paint my berserkers. It's not that special, but I'm gonna give him a little special touch. The captain I paint the same as all my Uruk-hai warriors, nothing special there. But Lurtz and Ugluk, those are scouts, I want to do something more special with that. Maybe get some scouts in the army as well. We'll see what is gonna be cheap to buy second hand, because I really want this to be as cheap as possible. And as good looking as possible, of course, too. And I really love those metal sculpts. They have a nice heft to them. Now if I look at the warriors, you'll see they have some mold lines here and there still. And I'm not too worried about it, because I think with the paint job I do, you're not gonna notice the mold lines as well, because they look so awesome. Stroking my own ego here. And then I thought, let's get rid of the basing material. And after doing this one warrior, I realized I didn't want to spend time doing this for all the other warriors, so I just said fuck it. Use some plastic glue. I should really use PVA glue, but the plastic glue tends to give more uneven effect if you use sand with it. But I could have used just PVA glue, because the base itself is already pretty uneven. And it's way cheaper. Now a little dab of glue on the pike. Like this. Hold the other part on it for 30 seconds. Maybe even less. And you'll see that it's glued and it won't go anywhere. Unless you fuck it up like I do and just... yeah. Now leave it to dry for about 5 minutes just to be sure. And yes, he has lost his hand, and I'm gonna pretend that he still has a hand. Once he's in the army, I hope no one will notice as well, and we can't really complain for the money we got him at. Now a little montage of me basing everything. I realized the flocking material used by the previous owner really just took away all the glue. It really sucked it all up. so I had to use way more glue than I really wanted. And now a nice hand transition to the berserker base coated. Beautiful transition there. Now he's all base coated. I used the same paint scheme for the base as my dwarves. You can check that one out after this video. Now I just start dry brushing doombull brown all over. Let it dry a little bit, give it another coat of doombull brown. Leadbelcher on the metal parts like his facial mask, the chainmail around his waist, his sword, the metal parts around his hands and feet. It's pretty basic so far. Gorthor brown for the gloves he was wearing and his feet as well. Mournfang brown for his belt. Now coat everything except the skin in agrax earthshade. I did this because I thought it looked already pretty good. Not for the bloodgod. I tried to stipple it onto the sword as much as possible to give it a little bit more of a realistic effect. The brush I use is a battered old brush with the most stiff bristles. Okay, time for a little intermission. I'm recording with my phone, so I hope my voice comes through clear. This is the inspiration for how I do my white hand of Saruman. You can pause if you want to. It came in the White Dwarf March 2010. And that's how I always used to paint my white hands of Saruman. Here another little tip. Thank you Nick for being awesome to share it back in the day. Also awesome Isengard army. So yeah, I thought I would share the inspiration as well. Had a lot of fun looking through the old white dwarfs. And now watch me struggle to recreate this as good as possible. I have very shaky hands, so... And of course I used white scar for this. And I tried to dab it on more to give it a rougher appearance. The fingers is something that takes a lot of practice to get just right. But I'm gonna stay silent for a while and just watch me struggle with me. I'm really trying here to make the shaking of my hands do most of the work to get it a little bit rough around the edges. And in the end it came out looking pretty good if you ask me, not too bad. It's been the first time I've done this in about 12-13 years, maybe even longer. And all in all, I can't complain about the end results. As you can see, I've already started painting up some earthshade. I just used the same color scheme as a previous video once again, I'm not gonna show it. And as we're finish basing the berserker, I'm gonna tell you about what I hope to achieve with this army. I hope to achieve an as big as army as possible, with as little money as possible, because I already think the hobby is very expensive and the second-hand market is really exciting. Sometimes you can have great deals. Like this one, I think was a pretty good deal in the end. There was not a lot wrong with it. The Uruk-hai weren't painted by a 3-year-old with a giant paintbrush. So in the end I'm very happy with this result. And I hope this can inspire you to look more to the second-hand market. Maybe start an army like this too. It takes a little bit more effort, but in the end it's just that little bit more special, and I really like just rescuing, as it were, second-hand models. And the Isengard models are one of the more expensive ones from the most basic armies. You only get 20 Uruk-hai for 40 euro right now. And back in the day I thought it was a rip-off that we had to pay 23 euro if I remember correctly, for 20 Uruk-hai. If you get inspired, let me know. At the moment I'm using Instagram instead of a community page because I'm not popular enough according to YouTube to need a community page. So you'll find updates about the army there and some other projects I'm working on. And this is what I have painted so far. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna try and let this army grow. I hope to post another part about this really soon. I'm thinking about painting Ugluk next and see if I can find some cheap scouts second-hand. That's gonna be for one of the next videos. Right now I'm gonna leave you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and I see you in the next one. Bye! Hello, this is Lemmy. Don't know if you can see me very well. This is the package. Okay. Hello, this is Lemmy. The package has arrived.